Alright everybody, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to show how to modify the weighted wacky head jig mold so that it has a wire bait keeper. So in this video we'll be using the WB400s. So that's the shorter bait keeper in comparison to the WB800, which is a lot longer, twice the length. So we'll be using these. I already modified these two here, so I'm going to show how to do that. So you'll need the recommended hooks, so that'd be either size here, so the number 6 or a number 2. So we're actually going to use the number 2. So the number 2. So place that in the mold, and then I'm going to tip this down just a little bit. So place that in the mold. You're going to need some tape. I already cut some pieces off, and then the bait keeper. So this end is bent at a 90. You're going to want that up in the jig head, and this is the end you'll want in the soft plastics. So you'll still be able to pour the standard weighted heads, but this makes a really good weedless crappie jig or for panfish. So you want it about there. So the 90 is at the right where that bend is, and then what you're going to want to do is just take a piece of tape, do one at a time. Just take a piece of tape, just place it on there, make sure nothing moves, your hook's still in the hook eye spot, and that keeper is right where you want it. And then close it up. Grab yourself a VISE. I prefer a smooth jaw so you don't damage your mold here. And actually you don't want to pinch the top side of it, not the bottom. So just put pressure on it. Put a lot of pressure on it. Okay, and then we'll do that again, but more towards the middle of the mold. And you're going to want to make sure that that it's tight all the way across. I should have this bolted down to a bench, but okay, let's check that. So we're going to want to go a little bit deeper than that. It's kind of hard to get enough leverage on this without this being bolted to the bench. Actually going to set this on the floor real quick. Just put a little bit more pressure on it. So I want to make sure that that impression is in the mold all the way. So I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so you can do that across all of them. Make sure you remove all the tape residue, because you don't want that on the flat surfaces of the mold, because then it will not close all the way. So you can set that back in there. They're going to be kind of difficult to place, but to get them in place, I'm going to pinch it one more time. Gotta set this room up a little different for this kind of stuff. Alright, so that closes pretty tight. Okay. And then we can pour one real quick. I can show you guys that. Notice how I got ventilation and stuff. I usually wear a respirator as well. This does a really good job of sucking all the fumes and heat right out of here. So these wire keepers, got a hook on there, so they hook around the end of the hook. And of course everything's stuck to my finger. So everything's in place. Close it up. Whoop. Not everything's in place. It didn't close all the way. Something shifted on me. Yep, the wire keeper moved, or the not wire keeper, but the weed guard moved on me. What the hell? Oh, the hook moved too. Didn't notice that. So if your mold does not close, I didn't even push that much pressure on it. I left a little indentation off to the side. This is going to be kind of a fun one to get all these little things in place. But your mold should close tight. Let's do it cold, see what she does. Not bad, got a little flashing, but not terrible. So these jigs are actually pretty popular in Sweden. There may be patents on it. If you guys are looking at selling any of this stuff, do your homework and make sure that there isn't any patents on this particular jig. See how I cut the sprue, and then you could carefully take that across it and get a nice smooth, you don't have to file them or nothing, get a nice smooth finish on it. So there you have it, weedless with a bait keeper. You could do this to just about any mold. Just size them up, make sure that that bait keeper sets right in the mold. Put it right on the edge like that one. Just as long as they fit in there. Make them up, let them rock. Then get you some good soft plastics. I love these. I kind of moved them around. They look really good when they first got them, but I kind of mess with the packaging a little bit. I didn't typically paint the jig heads up, but I'll just show you real quick. So go. have it. I'll be showing how to paint some of these in another video, but yeah. You should check these guys out. I'll leave a link in the description for that and all the pieces that I used for this video. Give it a like, please subscribe, and yeah, maybe I'll try to color match some of these soft plastics I got from them. Thank you for watching.